Hey everybody, welcome back to another film of the week. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. As you can tell, the angle's a little different just because the sun is just blazing right now. It's high noon, so um, just have some different angle just to block out the sun. As we discuss yet again another holiday film, because this being December still, we're still rolling with discussing holiday pieces, specifically Christmas pieces. And I figured just to change things up, because we talked a lot about films that I have seen, I figured to watch one that I haven't seen, and to be a little bit more timely. That film being Klaus, which was released in 2019, written and directed by Sergio Pablos, who would be making his directorial debut with this, um, and due to do something else this year called Ember. I'm not sure if it's actually out or not. I'm not sure, but stars the voices of Jason Schwartzman, J.K. Simmons, Rosita Jones, um, Norm Macdonald, who would be his final role. I believe he passed away most recently, didn't he? He passed away a few years back. Um, but this tells a story of a postman named Jesper, who is very spoiled and very lazy, very selfish, and his father, who is in charge of the empire of the postman, academy, hopes to perhaps change his mind, perhaps get him more on his feet, so to speak, and entrusts him with a task to go to Smirensburg, where the place is just ravaged with hatred and selfishness and with loads and loads of hatred going around in this little town. He tries to find his footing and ultimately is trying to get out of this situation when he stumbles upon a woodsman named Klaus, and the two form a bond as through a shared partnership in helping send toys throughout the village when the postman realizes that he has a closet just filled with toys, and they decide in partnership to deliver these toys to all the children down in the village, and it starts to form less of a selfish act and more or less a selfless sort of act. And ultimately, that's what the movie is about, said in bare bones, is about how one goes from doing something for their own benefit to doing it because they want to do it, because they want to be spreading joy and helping, just being a good person overall. Excuse me, just if I'm not completely in sync. I need to eat lunch, so I just want to say that before I get in details. But I found the film to be very delightful. I think that the exploration of the Santa Claus character, there is some cop outs that they take with the story, specifically at the end. He just sort of just gets into that position of the Santa that we all know, just kind of like, okay, and there he is, but the rest of that, the navigation of said story, the overall representation of the Santa and how he becomes the Saint Nick that we all know and love, it has a distinct flavor and a distinct representation that is far from what you traditionally know of Santa. And I like that. I like that they actually try to do something different. They implement a lot more of its setting of the 19th century, sort of like a Viking element to it. There's a sense of realism implemented as well. You feel there's a lot more of a weight that is carried when watching it. When the beats, start to hit, with the downfall period of, when things start to unravel, you actually feel that weight, versus, being like, okay, this is just where things are going to go. But I found it to be very delightful. I think visually it is quite something. I was very taken by it by the first few frames. I think it's very resonant. I think the performances are very good. I think all of them fill out the roles really, really well. And, for a story as old as time, as to quote a Disney film, it's given a variation that is met with more resonance, more impact, and there is a modern edge to it at some points, and I feel like that it can be a little bit distracting, but I think it's just a very, very pleasant and very joyful piece that really sticks out. It doesn't just stick to a familiar, it doesn't stick to a familiar route. It tries to branch out in its own way, both narratively and emotionally, and it earns it. It earns it. It's very, very joyful and very, very fun, and more importantly, just very, very very sound emotionally. So I really enjoyed it. I think it was a really, really nice piece, very tender, and just like in general with the craftsmanship, just the visuals and the overall performances, it's a very solidly made piece that is much more tender than I expected it to be, and I'm happy by the results. So those are my thoughts on Klaus. I thought it was pretty good, very nice. You guys know your thoughts on Klaus if you guys have seen it. Any recommendations for any other films, any Christmas films? We have I think 2 more weeks, so we can watch 2 more Christmas movies. I don't know why I just did this. Two more Christmas movies. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I'm gonna go eat some lunch now. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.